everybody, John Yard here. We're back at the firewood pile, and this time we are talking about sycamore. All right, this is kind of green. This is not fully seasoned yet, but this is a piece of sycamore, and we're going to be specifically talking about, is this good firewood? Okay, but as we get started, a couple things, just a couple tricks to keep in mind for identifying this, to make sure you actually have a piece of sycamore, just to be sure that you're getting the burn qualities you are expecting out of sycamore. So there's two things that I use. First of all, the easiest way to identify sycamore is it has a really distinctive bark. So it's kind of flakes and is loose, kind of paper-like, and then underneath it's this kind of mottled white-green color. And if you look at a sycamore tree, you can actually tell that a lot of the bark is down at the base of the tree, and then if you look at the top and then to the ends of the branches, more of the bark is flaking off, and so it looks kind of naked in a way. So that's a way you can identify it. And then also, I only know of two types of firewood where you can identify on the end grain what are called rays. So you're probably familiar with the annual rings of a piece of firewood, which is what you can count to see how old the tree was. But rays go perpendicular to that, so straight from the inner circle of the wood all the way to the outside. And the only two types of firewood I know where you can actually see it with your naked eye, because most firewoods have it, but you just can't see it. But you can see it on sycamore and also oak. On a piece of oak, they're pretty large and pretty far spaced apart. But with a piece of sycamore, they're these fine little lines. They almost look like pencil marks, and they're very consistently spaced, very close together. So those are just two little tricks for identifying a piece of sycamore. But is it good firewood? Let's answer that question. Overall, to kind of give you a quick answer, sycamore is kind of meh when it comes to firewood. The heat output is okay. It's kind of close to black cherry, for example. And depending on the type of pine, it can be kind of close to pine, probably a little bit higher depending on the variety of pine we're talking about. But the heat output is not that great. It doesn't have that good of coaling properties, so it's not going to burn super long like a harder, denser wood is going to. It's kind of difficult to split, actually, which you wouldn't think it would be that hard because it's not as dense or heavy of a wood, but it's actually pretty difficult to split. So overall, it's just kind of okay. Sycamore is one of those things that you can burn, but if you have something that's better, that's easily accessible, then you probably want to go with that instead. So we're talking about hickory, oak, ash, those types of firewoods. Those are going to always be better than sycamore. But it's not bad. There's not really any huge reasons not to use it if you already have it. The others are just better. So that's something to keep in mind with sycamore. All right, that's all. Cheers. You know what would be awesome? It'd be awesome if you subscribed to our YouTube channel.